Ndanitv is starting a new YouTube series titled Game On. It's fresh, like season 1 episode 1 was released last week, so you can still decide to follow it. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Movies. I'm Lydia and I'm your host for today. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and more updates. Let's get started. In this video, we'll take a look at the first episode and then the second episode as well. We'll talk about the whole story and then some explanations, what I learned, what I think we should also learn from the entire episodes. Let's get started. So in the start of the episode, a lady was doing laundry, like she was cleaning the wardrobe. She was making the things in the wardrobe orderly, so you could see that she's an organized person. And when she was doing that thing, she saw something that was shaking in let me say her boyfriend's shirt. So she decided to take it out and look at what it was. And lo and behold, it was a ring. She was so excited about it, and I was like, hey, who says the ring is yours? The fact that you are living with him doesn't mean if he buys something girly, it belongs to you. You never know, so don't jubilate so quickly. But she was so excited, she jubilated. So her hopes were that her boyfriend was going to propose to her. Apparently, they've been together for 3 years and 7 months. That's long enough. If a guy is with you for that long and you look at things, you do your own calculations and you realize there's nothing hindering marriage proposal, then please, you got to start bringing that topic up, because 3 years and 7 months is a long way to go. And especially if you're a woman, women, we grow older faster. Yeah, like we begin to lose the property of giving birth at an earlier age rather than men. So if you are waiting for the guy to do the proposal and you should remind him. Yes, if you are realizing that the reminding is not working, just leave me. This is what I'll advise. If the reminding is not working, you should just seek elsewhere, because you cannot be wasting your life with someone who just thinks he just wants to have fun with you. So this lady was so excited. She had her hopes up that her boyfriend will propose to her. So that particular day, they went on a date and there was this conversation between her boyfriend and his friend, like his other guy friend. So it's between two different couples. One couple is married and the other couple, they are living together but they are not officially married. So the conversation was between the married couple, the man, and then the unmarried couple, like the unmarried people to the guy. So they were talking and then the ladies were also talking. And this got me suspicious. The one who wasn't married was asked, when will you marry her? And he sounded so reluctant. So meaning he's not even ready to start a family with you. And all your hopes were that when things get better, you'll get married. And he was like, oh, we don't really talk about it. And she understands. On the other hand, the lady was also talking to her friend about the marriage stuff. And her friend kept on advising her that, you're not growing any younger. There's nothing to understand in your relationship. If he's delaying the proposal, push it to him. You are seeing me married to my husband now. You think it was easy. I forced him. And that one also has its consequences though. But you have to take the step. You have to take a bold step before you can get what you want. So that was the advice she gave to her friend. And on the other hand, the guy also set his mind and they spoke. So what I noticed about these two couples were that the married couple were having financial issues. So they are married, but the woman is not supportive. So it's the man who is always providing and all that. And aside that, despite the fact that home is not financially good, they are living in like a very expensive apartment. And the lady, she didn't seem to care how her husband will provide for the family. And when you notice the lady, the married couple, you should see that she's someone who looks for money. So if I'm not getting it from this source, I'll have to seek elsewhere. Yes, so that is the marriage aspect. And the unmarried people too, they are both supportive. The woman brings to the table, the man also brings to the table. So I think because of that, the man decides to take advantage of the woman, because we are already living like we are married. So what's the difference? The difference is you don't have a ring. The difference is we haven't officiated anything in any court or that sort. And the lady who wasn't married, I'll get the names in the next episode. This one, let me say Emmy. So the one who wasn't married is called Emmy. Her boyfriend invites her to a date, and she was so excited when they went. The people there and something was written, "Will you marry me?" And she was excited. I was even thinking the guy had finally proposed. And to me, I see that as an insult. Why do you take me to my friend's engagement when you know very well that we are having issues with marriage? You know you are supposed to marry me, and you want me to open my mouth and put that into your head. So I understand how or why Emmy became very upset. So when they got home, initially when her boyfriend was discussing the marriage issues with his friend, I was thinking, oh, he's a good guy, so he hasn't really thought of it. But when they got home and Emma brought up the topic, it was like, do you want me to marry you? Like, are you serious? Is that a question you want an answer to? Is that a question? Like, I was shocked. Do you want me to marry you? So this is what I'm saying. If you're with him or if you're with a guy and it's been so long, and you yourself, you do your calculations, you do your analysis, you realize there's nothing that's stopping you guys from getting married. It's either you bring the topic up, and if he doesn't contribute to it, you have to start making your plans, because he's not ready. And you cannot be wasting the rest of your life with him, hoping that, oh, you propose. So this is the summary of the first episode, episode 1. So let me go to the second episode. In the second episode, she was upset that someone I've lived with for over 3 years is feeling reluctant about tying the knot. So she decides to react to it. And when you get to a certain stage in your life, when you're confused about certain things, you want to seek advice from someone who you think is experienced, or someone who is older than you, or someone you trust. So she decided to seek advice from her friend who is married. And her friend seems to be living a very happy life, And the advice she gave her was, men, you need to sometimes be hard on them. I was thinking it's a good advice, but at the same time, I think it's also a bad advice. Yes, she giving that advice. Apparently, she's cheating on her husband, and even she who is married is cheating on her husband. That's so wrong. And someone who is not married, that is even okay for her to cheat. She's rather faithful. So if a wife is cheating on her husband, then which better advice can she give you who wants to get married? Do you get me? And I think she's cheating because she feels her husband doesn't provide her enough. Yeah, because that is what I can think. She feels her husband doesn't provide her enough, and she doesn't want to be insecure when it comes to financial, when it comes to her expenses. So she decides to seek support from elsewhere, from maybe other men. I can't really be confident about the cheating, but from the chats I saw, deleting conversations and all that, it is a sign of having an affair elsewhere. So this is a summary of episode 1 and episode 2. I think it's going to be a very interesting series. So if you haven't seen it, please go and watch it. It's a very interesting series. They are trying to weigh the two families or the two couples, and then let us know which one, from our own perspective, decide on how we'll go about it if in case in future we are caught up in such a situation. So my expectations for the next episode 3, will be that the unmarried couple, right now, because the lady has gone to seek for bad advice, she's going to exhibit that advice to her boyfriend. Yeah. And I think instead of doing that, she should be open about it. She should be open about her feelings. Sometimes some people don't really think like we are. You'll be thinking, but this is obvious. He should know. That's not where his mind is. So we also have to be bold enough or to master courage to say it. If you don't want to say it, we'll bring it up to them. So what I advise Eme to do is to rather bring it up to him. Ask him what the issue is. Why don't you want to marry me? If I told you I wasn't ready for marriage, that was 2 years ago. Right now, please, I'm ready for marriage. Like, try to communicate instead of assuming that you want him to know your every single thought. Yeah. So in the next episode, I think the married couple will have some issues. The man is trying to borrow money from his wife, and his wife too is being long about it. And yeah, so their relationship is not stable. At the same time, these are married people too are not stable. And the woman has also invested so much with the man. Like they pay their rent together. She doesn't have anywhere to go to. And sometimes when it happens that way, you know that you left your family long time ago, decided to settle with a man, and now in future you've realized that he's not going anywhere further with you, so you don't know where to go to. So this is what I think about the 2 episodes. I think they are very interesting. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, please check them out. It's very nice, very, very educative, very educative. Our idea for today, as usual, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, bye.